Before we begin the video, I just want to show you we have these elm trees for sale, Chinese lacebark elm. It's well implemented, it's easy to maintain. After you clip a few times, it will become quite a magnificent tree that's for your liking. Please go to our website. Now you can order it directly from there. Let's continue with the video. Hi, I'm miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom. Today I will go over the tools because there are quite a bit of a misconception about tools. Bonsai tools, for example, a lot of the functions can be performed by ordinary hand tools that you can buy from Home Depot or anywhere. Whereas once the word bonsai is added, then it gets very expensive. And especially if it's like Japanese bonsai tools that were added, the Japanese and the bonsai together, then it gets really quite expensive. And it's actually, the cost is actually the price is actually quite understandable. In Japan, they treat bonsai with reverence, and therefore the tools are made by artisans, not in a huge volume, given Japan is not a huge population. Plus, the reality is interest in bonsai is not growing. If anything, it's diminishing, because the young people are also now enamored with the digital world. So then came China, which over the years became the manufacturing hub of the US. And what they have, the advantage is the very massive domestic market, something like over 1 billion people, and a very high percentage of them are interested in bonsai. So bonsai tools are now making volume, for mass merchandising, and they became quite cheap. It could be a factor cheaper than the ones you need to buy from Japan, which is high quality. You can be sure of quality, but high price, that's a reality. So today what I'll do is that the purpose of Bonsaiheirloom is to make bonsai a popular hobby that anybody can practice. So I want to emphasize a little bit of the conventional tools that you can use, as well as the special tools that you can use. For example, this is a very nice clipper, which is very popular, Fiskars, that you can buy in Home Depot and Costco and all that. It cuts really well and it remains sharp for a very long time. And I abuse them by leaving them anywhere in the garden, and yet they cut very nicely. So they can be part of the branch to cut your bonsai too. Now, what we have reduced after trying, I honestly, the last 5 years, I tried tens, if not, multiple tens of different kind of clippers, and each one has its own benefits or claims, and yet when it boils down, there always some problem that's not quite to my liking. Maybe it's me. So we finally settled on this design, this variety. We now ship this clipper with every one of our bonsai that you buy from us, because that's the only tool, I would say, the only tool you need to maintain your bonsai. So like this tree, this bonsai was bare, I would say, 6 weeks or 2 months ago, and look how much it's grown. And so you then need to clip it down so like you don't have this long branch coming up to destroy your look of your design of the tree. And you want to keep the apex short, so that it doesn't keep growing. Now, actually, my own preference is I don't clip them now even. I'd rather it grow to about this height and then clip them. So that's all you need. Now, this little, what I call handy dandy clipper, can actually cut fairly hefty branch. Like this is a pine branch. You can see I cut it very easily. And this is a bigger pine branch. I can cut it easily too by twisting a little bit. So this handy dandy clipper can allow you to reach down to do so fine clipping, as well as the rough clipping, and that's all the tools you need. You really don't need anything else. Again, my preference is not to clip it that quickly, but let it grow to about this high. That thickens the trunk, thickens the branch, and then when I cut it, ramification occurs very quickly, and it strengthens the tree. So then let me go over some of the other tools you may need as you get into a more advanced stage. So for example, there's no end to the kind of clippers you can find in Amazon and in AliExpress. Like that's a very hefty one. And these are actually made with a cutting edge called SK5 steel. That's actually very razor sharp so that when it can cut into it, and with this supporting it, it doesn't wobble, so it can cut very nicely into very thick branches if you wiggle a little bit as well. Then the other two I think is quite essential is the hook, because you can loosen the soil around the roots to manage the root, as well as when you take it out, you can comb up all the soil to prune the roots. So that's a hook. This is called a $5 hook instead of a $12 hook, nicely made by artisan or $15. Or I can go to a restaurant cooking store in Chinese cooking restaurant and buy a meat hook for $2. So whatever works. And then sometimes you want to scrape off the bark to make gin. And this is a broken old cutter that I bought from, I think, Amazon. But, after it's really broken and rusted and so forth, I just took it apart, and that's a really nice ergonomic scraper to get the bark off. And the next tool you may want to consider is this one. You can see it's a bark remover for making gin. You can see here's the bark, and I can just kind of punch it in the sense of push on it, and you see everything comes right off. It's that easy to make a gin. And so that's a very useful tool. Again, you don't need to buy this. Again, the Chinese ones are not that expensive, which we will offer eventually. But you can easily use a plier that does that equally well. And then another very useful tool is this cutter. They call it a knob cutter to cut knobs. And this allows you to cut very close to the branch to get rid of the ugly knobs. And this particular one is not stainless steel, but works really well. And I abuse it, sits in the garden during the rain and all that. You can see it's quite rusted. And one trick is the following. You take this tool and you put it in a little bit of a water and you put some vinegar in it. And the vinegar would be the acid that dissolves the little bit of a rust that's on the surface. And you rub it with a rough sponge for your washing dishes. It will come out quite clean. Another useful tool is this tweezer, which you can buy anywhere for your eyebrow and so forth, for picking out the little dirt from your surface. You want to keep it clean like a lawn. And this is a very handy thing. And some Japanese old-timer actually like to use this for pinching. Sometimes they would, instead of going and cut it, they just pinch it with this tweezer. So that works too. And finally, this is just a paintbrush. I actually bought it to use to brush cooking sauce on my meat and stuff. But this is a very nice tool to clean the surface, to make the surface clean. Right now, I just repotted this one, so there's not much moss, but we sprayed the moss spores on it. So it should have somewhat of a green. When you get it, you will have a somewhat of a green lawn of the moss, and eventually become quite nicely green. Finally, I want to talk about potting and repotting. Of course, you can use wiring, and I actually prefer to use anchor wiring, maybe combined with a little bit of wiring, because I don't have to worry about girding. You can pull a very thick branch down by using the guy wire, and it will stay put, 3-4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, but you will never scar the trunk. And I think that's much more natural, in fact, because that's how thick branches droop. So finally, I want to talk about potting and repotting. That is a very important implementation. The soil that we recommended, one part, sandy loam and pea moss or coconut coir, or perlite and perlite. That's a very good mix. It's a porous and it retains water and moisture and fertilizer, and that makes your maintaining the bonsai healthy much more easier. And then we offered a patented pot. The first batch of pots is the first design that we applied for a patent for, which we have a hump because people keep reminding us they want to retain the drainage hole. So you can plug this or you can fill it with water, and in a sense when you water it, a little bit of water will be retained that gives the pot, the root ball, maybe an hour or two to suck up the moisture to keep it moist rather than just rinse or run out. The next version, I think in 2 months from now, the ones we ship will only have holes on the side, not in the bottom. And that allows the water to retain much longer time. And in fact, you can plug it up to go on vacation. And that has proven to really work well. I have an elm bonsai that's a landscape in the sense of from a cascade, from a mountain that lasts much more than a year, and it's just thriving without a drainage hole in the bottom. So rest be assured, you're not going to drown the hole, the bonsai. And finally, I want to say, listen to this. That's like a bell. That's because this is the top grade Yixing. Yixing makes a whole range of clay to use for their pots. Some are just terracotta, basically, with a glaze outside that looks really nice. They break very easily. This one is indestructible, you know? So, and then I advocate soaking, get a smaller baking tray or a takeout tray and put your plant in it and bonsai in it and water it to about here, and then it will dry out in a few hours. And you will see your bonsai absolutely thriving. I got the feedback from Paul with the surname of AKA, and he's now soaking every one of his father-in-law's old pine trees in these trays, and he's very happy with everything's growing so nicely. So again, I think our patent pending pot has really merit. And finally, the trees that we sell is implemented with this mosquito screen. I buy a big roll from Amazon, and I line the bottom and then cut off the top after I put the soil in. And it basically does the root pruning, so the roots will not curl round and round in the pot to eventually make it solid like a piece of rock. And that prevents water from penetrating. And some of my bonsai had gone on for more than 10 years without repotting, and they're very healthy and very happy. So these are the kind of intangibles, benefits that you buy a tree from Bonsai Heirloom. I'm sorry to be promotional, but on the other hand, I mean, I got to make a business. I got to tell you the truth that it will make a big difference on how easy it is for you to maintain the tree for longevity and to become your heirloom. Well, thank you very much for watching today's video. Subscribe to our channel and tell a friend. And most importantly, go to our website and sign up to become our VIP so that we can send you announcements of special considerations. Thank you very much. See you next week.